Hello everyone, welcome to the Study Hacks Institute of GIS and Remote Sensing. Today I will try to discuss a very important topic, mainly how we can easily use the water productivity dataset in Google Earth Engine. So now if you check this news, so this is the WaPOR remote sensing for water productivity data is now available on Google Earth Engine, but this dataset is not added in the data catalog in Earth Engine, but we can also use the identifiers and then we can easily access all of data for that WaPOR. And this data set, if you check, we can find out this type of identifiers. So this type of identifiers we can easily use in our code editor, and further we can easily access this type of data. So from this data we can easily get the actual evapotranspiration, then evapotranspiration, then transpiration, then interception, then net primary production, then reference evapotranspiration. And this data set is very high resolution, we find out. So first of all, if you check level 2 data, it's a 100-meter resolution, and level 1 data is the 300-meter resolution. So this type of data we can easily use, and further we can do different types of analysis. So today's session we discuss about that how we can easily use this WaPOR dataset in the agriculture precision area and identify different types of product from that. So let's go ahead to discuss. So here I already developed, suppose this is my agricultural land. So this type of agricultural land, I want to identify different types of product using WaPOR data. So if you check, first of all, I try to add the layer for net primary production. So now you can easily identify which cropland have the high net primary production. We can easily identify from this type of data. And if you check, then it's a your interception. So then we can easily get that which cropland have a high interception, which product cropland have a low interception. Same as transpiration we also get, you can see. So from here you can easily identify which cropland have a high transpiration, same as evapotranspiration, and also actual evapotranspiration. Okay, then reference evapotranspiration, you can get this type of things from here, as well as this is the level 2. Level 2 is that we find out the dataset resolution is 100-meter resolution, but level 2 is the 300-meter resolution. So this is the level 2 dataset. If you check, we find out this type of resolution. Yeah, same as like you can see this type of data. So this type of data you can easily use in Google Earth Engine. So for that, so simply import your study area, and then further simply put your time period. So in this time I just put this time period, or in any specific season you can also put, there is no problem. And further we simply create all of dataset, we make a dictionary, and we put the keyword and key value for this type of data. Suppose this is the level 1, then we put the this type of keyword, and this type of, this is the identifiers of this dataset. So simply make the list all of identifiers for individual keyword. Okay, keyword and key value. Basically you can put any name as a keyword, but in this put this type of name. And further I simply put the identifiers. Okay, these identifiers you can easily get from this website. You can see they are also provide all of identifiers. So simply copy and then simply paste in here. And after that we simply make the visualization parameter for individual dataset. You can put any visualization, and then in this case this dataset is simply marks with the specific crop land and also forest, this type of area. So that's why I can get the result only for my cropland area. Okay, or vegetation area, others land it not showing this type of data. So first for that we can simply use here the world dynamic dataset. So this is the world dynamic dataset I simply use, and I selected this type of specific classes, suppose 1, 4, 2, 3, 5, who is indicating about the forest, cropland, or trees. So this type of class I simply choose, and further I simply create the marks, okay, with this type of classes. As well as I also add the time series chart. If you check, so this is the time series chart. So we find out the time series chart, this is the time series actual evapotranspiration time series chart between this time period. So we can easily get that this type of time series chart when is the peak of growth stage, then what the scenario of the actual evapotranspiration. Then if you check, this is the evapotranspiration data set time series chart. This is the transpiration, okay, T for transpiration. And also if you check, we find out the I for interception, okay. So here the interception is very high, okay. We can easily get this type of idea from this time series chart. Also this is the net primary production data set time series chart. Okay, also you can see the reference evapotranspiration time series chart, okay. We can find out. And if you check, this is the reference evapotranspiration data set, okay. So it simply marks trees, crops and vegetation, okay. So that's why this time series chart we find out only for those area, for that trees, crops and vegetation. So you can see all of time series chart we can find out in here, okay. As well as we can easily use the water productivity data set in Google Earth Engine using this way. And you can easily export this type of data GOT file, and further you can also make the map. So this is the great data set we can easily use for the different purpose in the water productivity data set. So now this data set version 3, this data is now available. We can easily use this data to get this type of information: actual evapotranspiration, transpiration, interception, net primary production, reference evapotranspiration. So you can easily use for the different purpose. So I hope this tutorial will also help you. If you have any question or doubt, you can simply make the comment. I also give the answer. In the meantime, I also give you an announcement for our upcoming online training program. For that 7 days online training program, it will be start on 26 September. So if you want to join this online training program and take the live session from me, then you can simply contact in this WhatsApp number, and you can also contact with my email to book your seat. So in this online training program, basically we'll learn all of those from beginners to advanced level on Google Earth Engine. If you have no knowledge about the coding, or if you have no knowledge about the remote sensing, then you can easily learn all of those, and then further you can easily apply. So if you check all of course content for that course, and further if you want to join, then simply contact in our WhatsApp number and also contact in our email. So today's no more. Thank you for watching that. Stay happy, stay safe.